Listen to me with your whole heart and soul. Set aside your distractions and lean into these words that I speak directly to your spirit. I see the questions that keep you awake at night. I hear the silent prayers asking, "Why am I here? What is my purpose?" The confusion that clouds your path, the doubt that whispers you've missed your calling, the fear that your life lacks meaning. I see it all. Today, I unveil the divine purpose that I wove into the very fabric of your being before time began. Today, clarity replaces confusion. You've wandered through seasons of uncertainty, looking at others who seem so confident in their direction, while you question your own path. Some days you feel like a ship without a compass, drifting on currents you cannot control, toward shores you cannot see. Is this all there is? Your heart cries silently. Have I missed my calling? Am I wasting my life? Many of you have accomplished what the world defines as success: education, career, relationships, possessions, yet still feel an emptiness within, a nagging sense that there must be something more. Others feel trapped in circumstances that seem meaningless, wondering if your life has any significance beyond the daily grind. Some of you once had clear direction, but now find yourselves in a wilderness season where the path has disappeared. Life transitions, a job loss, a health crisis, children leaving home, retirement, or relationship changes have left you questioning your identity and purpose. The world bombards you with conflicting messages. Follow your passion, make more money, find your soulmate, build your platform, leave a legacy. The noise is deafening, and in this cacophony, my still small voice can be difficult to discern. This uncertainty creates a fertile ground for comparison, that poisonous habit of measuring your journey against others. You look at those with larger platforms, more visible impact, or clearer calling, and wonder if you've somehow fallen short. You question whether your ordinary life matters in the grand scheme of my kingdom. The enemy uses this confusion to immobilize you, keeping you stuck in analysis paralysis, afraid to move forward lest you choose wrong, yet miserable standing still. He whispers that you've waited too long, that you've made too many mistakes, that your opportunity for significance has passed you by. But hear this truth that will anchor your soul. I created you on purpose, for a purpose. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. I set you apart. I appointed you. Your life is not random chance or cosmic accident. It is divine intention. Your purpose is not primarily something you do. It's someone you become. While the world fixates on achievement, I focus on character. While the world values platform, I treasure faithfulness in the hidden places. While the world pursues fame that fades like morning mist, I cultivate in you eternal qualities that will outlast the stars. I have not called you to be everything to everyone. I've designed you with specific strengths, placed you in particular relationships, given you unique experiences, even the painful ones, all weaving together into a tapestry of purpose that is yours alone. No one else can fulfill your specific calling because no one else has your exact blend of gifts, passions, experiences, and relationships. Remember this: your most significant impact often happens in ways you cannot measure and in places you cannot see. The ripple effects of your faithfulness extend far beyond your awareness, influencing generations yet unborn. I am working through you in ways your limited perspective cannot comprehend. Even your seasons of waiting and wilderness are purposeful. Joseph spent years in prison before his purpose became clear. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before his burning bush moment. David was anointed king long before he took the throne. These waiting periods weren't punishments or divine oversight. they were essential preparation for what lay ahead. First, understand that your primary purpose transcends your occupation, talents, or circumstances. Before any specific calling, your purpose is to know me and to be transformed into the image of my Son. Everything else flows from this fundamental identity as my beloved child. Consider Mary of Bethany, who chose to sit at my feet while her sister busied herself with important tasks. When criticized, I defended her choice. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. In a culture that prizes productivity and visible achievement, remember that being with me is not just important, it's essential. Your relationship with me is not a means to discovering your purpose. It is your purpose. The intimacy Mary cultivated became the foundation for her most remembered act, breaking the alabaster jar to anoint me before my crucifixion. What appeared to others as wasteful, I declared, would be told wherever the gospel is preached. Her greatest purpose was fulfilled not through careful strategic planning, but through extravagant love, born of intimate relationship. Second, recognize that purpose is often found in the intersection of three elements: what you're gifted to do, what the world needs, and what brings you deep joy. Pay attention to these convergence points in your life. Think of Esther, placed in the Persian palace for such a time as this. Her unique position, circumstance, her courage, character, and her beauty, gift, all converged at a crucial moment to save her people. She didn't create this purpose. She recognized and stepped into it when the moment came. Similarly, your purpose often reveals itself in seasons and chapters rather than in one dramatic moment. Different seasons bring different assignments. What was your purpose in one chapter may shift in the next. The common thread is not what you do, but who you become through each season of service. Third, understand that your greatest purpose is often found in your deepest pain. The very wounds that have caused you the most suffering can become the source of your most meaningful ministry to others. Joseph told his brothers who had sold him into slavery, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." His trauma became the path to his destiny. His pit and prison experiences weren't detours from his purpose. They were the very road to it. What burden breaks your heart? What injustice makes your spirit cry out? What need do you notice that others walk past? These stirrings are often my spirit directing you toward purpose. The problems that disturb you most deeply are often the very ones you're equipped to address. Fourth, embrace the beauty of ordinary faithfulness. Most world-changing movements began with simple obedience in small moments. Mother Teresa didn't set out to build a global organization. She simply cared for one dying person on the streets of Calcutta. Her famous words capture this truth. "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." Your purpose isn't always found in dramatic callings or global platforms. For many, divine purpose unfolds in raising children with love and wisdom, serving your community with consistency, bringing excellence to your workplace, caring for aging parents, or being the friend who listens without judgment. Remember the parable of the talents. The master's response to faithful servants was identical, whether they had been entrusted with much or little. "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things." The reward wasn't based on the size of their assignment, but on their faithfulness within it. Finally, recognize that discovering and living your purpose is a journey, not a destination. It unfolds over decades through relationship with me, service to others, and attentiveness to my Spirit's guidance. It requires both active pursuit and patient waiting, bold steps of faith and humble submission to my timing. Even my son grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. His public ministry didn't begin until age 30. Before his dramatic launch, there were decades of ordinary life in Nazareth, working with his hands, living in family and community. These weren't wasted years, but essential formation. Similarly, your purpose develops through process. Each experience, relationship, success, and failure is shaping you for what comes next. Nothing is wasted when surrendered to me. Every chapter contributes to your unfolding story. Now, I invite you to take 3 practical steps to discover and embrace your divine purpose. First, create space for holy listening. Purpose is not discovered through endless activity, but through intentional stillness before me. Set aside 20 minutes each day, this week, for silent reflection. Begin by surrendering your preconceived notions about what your purpose should look like. Then ask these questions. Lord, what brings me deep joy? What needs do I notice that others miss? Where have you placed me that no one else stands? How have my wounds become sources of wisdom? Write down what you hear, even impressions that seem small. Look for patterns and recurring themes. Divine direction rarely comes as a thunderbolt. More often, it emerges as a persistent whisper, a recurring theme, a quiet knowing that grows stronger with attention. Second, examine your life story for clues of purpose. Your past contains breadcrumbs leading to your future. Create a timeline of significant events, relationships, successes, failures, and moments of divine intervention. For each major chapter, ask, what was I learning here? How was my character being formed? What unique perspective did this give me? Pay special attention to your deepest sorrows and greatest joys. Both are signposts. Joseph could see divine purpose in his slavery and imprisonment only in retrospect. Looking back, where can you now see my hand guiding you through circumstances you didn't understand at the time? Third, take one purposeful step of service this week. Purpose is not found in endless introspection, but in faithful action. Look around you. Who needs what you have to give? What small act of service aligns with the stirrings of your heart? Start where you are, with what you have. Remember the boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish, an amount that seemed insignificant against thousands of hungry people. Yet when placed in my hands, it multiplied beyond imagination. Similarly, your small offerings of time, talent, or resource, when surrendered to me, can have impact far beyond what you can see or measure. Don't wait for perfect clarity before taking action. Purpose often becomes clear through the doing, not before it. As you serve, pay attention to what energizes you, what drains you, where you lose track of time, and where you see disproportionate impact from your efforts. These are important clues to your unique design and calling. My precious child, let me speak this final truth over your seeking heart. You cannot miss your purpose if you are seeking me. As you walk in relationship with me, I will guide your steps, open the right doors, and close the wrong ones. Your purpose is not a fragile thing that can be irreparably broken by one wrong turn. It is as resilient as my love for you. Remember, my son's stated purpose was simple. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Similarly, your purpose, in all its unique expression, is ultimately about bringing more of my life, my love, my kingdom into this broken world. Some days this happens through dramatic callings and visible impact. More often, It happens through faithful presence in ordinary moments, choosing kindness when harshness would be easier, speaking truth when silence would be safer, extending forgiveness when resentment would feel more justified. As you leave this sacred moment, carry this assurance with you. You are not random. You are not accidental. You are not purposeless. You are my masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus for good works that I prepared in advance for you to do. Walk confidently into each new day, knowing that as you seek me, love others, and steward your gifts, you are living your divine purpose. And one day when you stand before me, you will hear the words that make every struggle worthwhile. Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your master. Your purpose is secure in my hands, and so are you.